So the Ontario Hockey League final is not going as I had expected. The London Knights, of course, up 3 games to none in the best of seven series after their comeback victory last night in double overtime. It's been a fascinating ride so far. The London Knights, they won the first 2 games on home ice by a combined score of 17-2. And then last night, needing to come back in double overtime to win 7-6. And the Oshawa Generals, they had a 4-goal lead going into that third period, but the Knights finding a way to come back. Kasper Halttunen getting another hat trick. And this is it's been a fascinating series. I kind of figured Oshawa would be a lot closer than what we've been seeing. We've got the two top goaltenders going head to head, but you wouldn't know it based on the results. Of course, Jacob Oster, he was named OHL Goaltender of the Year for the regular season, and Michael Simpson, the runner-up. But Simpson, he was pulled in game number 3, and Jacob Oster, he's been in net for a bulk of the action as this London Knights offense just showing how lethal they are. When you look at the combined score or goals total after the first 3 games, there have been 32 combined goals, which is ridiculous. I went through the scoring history of the OHL final to figure out, okay, how long has it been since we've seen 32 combined goals in the first 3 games? I had to go back quite a bit because last season there were 22 goals scored in total after the first 3 games between London and Peterborough. Then you go back to the 2022 final between Hamilton and Windsor. There were 25 combined goals after the first 3 games in that series. And then you have to go back to 1994. That was the last time there was 31 goals scored combined. That was between the North Bay Centennials and the Detroit Junior Red Wings. And then you have to go all the way back to 1984. This is the highest goal combined total we have seen in 40 years. And that was a series between the Ottawa 67s and the Kitchener Rangers. And after 3 games in that series, there were a combined 38 goals. So it's been remarkable what the London Knights have been doing in this run. And the Oshawa Generals, you have to give them credit, putting up 6 goals on the Knights last night. They have to fend for themselves going into game number 4 because the London Knights, they could complete the series sweep. Also to note, Kasper Halttunen, he had back-to-back hat tricks in the OHL final, which has never happened before. And he now has the most goals for in a playoff for an import player. Of course, Halttunen from Finland. He has 15 goals in the playoffs. He passed Alexei Toropchenko, who had 13 with the Guelph Storm in the 2018-19 run. So it's been remarkable what this Knights team is doing. Do they win the J. Ross Robertson Cup Thursday night, or can this Oshawa Generals team bounce back? And obviously, injuries have been a factor for Oshawa. Going into the series, they were missing Buckley, Seneca, and Punnett. Buckley and Punnett, they were back last night, but still no signs of Beckett Seneca. Does he come back in game number 4? And how much of a difference will he be if he's back in the lineup? Because it seems as though it's keeping the pucks out of the net has been the problem for the Oshawa Generals. And, for Oshawa, we did say that they're a little ahead of schedule this season. A lot of people expected Oshawa to maybe go for a deep run next season. So count this as a learning experience for this Oshawa Generals core, as they'll use this experience going into next season. But still, you never know. We're right now seeing in the NHL playoffs how the New York Rangers, they were up 3-0 in their best of 7 series, and now Carolina forcing a game 6, trying that reverse sweep. We also saw it in the Eastern Conference final. Oshawa was up 3-0 in their best of 7 series, and then North Bay nearly completed the reverse sweep, but ended up losing in that game number 7. So don't count out Oshawa yet, but I think it's highly unlikely they force a game 7 and complete the reverse sweep, because this London Knights team, they're still missing the likes of Caleb Lawrence and Landon Sim, who are both serving those 5-game suspensions, and they're eligible to return game 5. So if Oshawa does win Thursday night, then Sim and Lawrence are back in the lineup. And those are 2 key pieces for this Knights team that's playing outstanding even without them in the lineup. So it's going to be interesting to see how the series moves forward, but still, it's we haven't seen goal scoring like this in an OHL final since 1984. Just remarkable. And I also just wanted to note Carter George earning the hardware. The Owen Sound Attack goaltender has been named the winner of the Bobby Smith Trophy for Scholastic Player of the Year, along with the Ivan Tennant Memorial Trophy for the league's top academic high school student. So congratulations to Carter George. And when you look at his numbers, the league posting this on their website, it's impressive. He has a 93.8% average across 6 grade 12 university level courses. So Carter George, fantastic in net and in the classroom. He has a 99% grade in business co-op. So Carter George, well deserving of the honor. And this is now back-to-back years that an attack player has won the Bobby Smith Trophy. Colby Barlow, he received the award last season. And before that, Barlow was the first player to win the trophy for the Owen Sound Attack organization. So congratulations to Carter George. And the runner-up goes to Michael Misa from the Saginaw Spirit and Jet Luchenko of the Guelph Storm. So that's how I see it from the booth. It's just a quick news video as news kind of slowing down as we get closer to the Memorial Cup. To note, if you're wondering, in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League, remember they changed the name earlier this season, the Drummondville Voltigeurs, they have a 3-0 series lead on the Baie-Comeau Drakkar. So the Voltigeurs look like they're about to make another appearance at the Memorial Cup. While the Moose Jaw Warriors, they won their first 2 games on the road in Portland against the Winterhawks, and they're up 2-0 in their best-of-7 series in the Western Hockey League. And if the Moose Jaw Warriors can win the championship for the West, it'll be their first ever Western Hockey League title and first appearance at the Memorial Cup. So we'll follow along. We'll see how it all plays out, but it seems like the picture is starting to get a little clearer as to who's going to be competing in the 2024 Memorial Cup. So, like I said, this is how I see it from the booth. Let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on the OHL final, or even on what's going on in the Q or in the WHL. Thanks again for tuning in and for all your support. We'll talk to you again soon.